You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Greetings, beautiful people. My name is Simon Javan Okelo. I am in Seattle, Washington, and I am excited to be here with you for another amazing episode of the African Father in America podcast. It's 6 o'clock, a little after 6 o'clock in the morning, and I have another amazing proverb here for you. As usual, whenever we come here for the African Father in America podcast, I bring a new African proverb for us to learn something new from. So today, I am going to bring to you a proverb from the Yoruba tribe. And it says that the morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. The morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. I want you to take a minute and let me know what this proverb means to you. Share with me in the comment section what this proverb means to you. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, take a minute and share with me. Take a minute and subscribe to the channel. But importantly, let me know what this proverb means to you. The morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. The morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. What does this proverb mean to you? This is a beautiful proverb in my opinion, and I think it speaks about the kind of life we live. What kind of life are we living? Are we living a life that is purposeful, or are we living so that we just count the hours and we count the days and we go with the flow, That's what this proverb is challenging us to think about, It's asking us, what kind of life are we living? Because the way that we build the foundation for our life is more important than the end of it all, So I'm going to share 3 nuggets of wisdom here in a moment. But this proverb is really speaking about the journey is the destination. I'll use another proverb here. The journey is the destination. You don't need to look any further than where you are, Make the best of where you are in any given moment. So let's see what these 3 nuggets of wisdom have for us today. But I really, really want to know where in the world you're joining me from for today's show. If you're joining me on YouTube especially. And my goal is to grow my YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this month. We are 15 days away. We are close to 8,000 subscribers. So let's see if we can make this dream happen. So for those who are joining me for the first time, my name is Simon Okelo. I am the host of the African Father in America podcast. And I do this show every morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we broadcast across multiple platforms, primarily on YouTube, but we are also live on AMP, which is an Amazon program that supports, it's almost like your own radio station. The only difference with AMP is that you have access to millions, hundreds of millions of music. So our proverb today, again from the Yoruba tribe, and for those who are just joining, I'm going to put it on the screen so that you see it before I dive into the 3 nuggets of wisdom. Again, the proverb says that the morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. The morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. And in today's conversation, we're just going to have a better understanding of what this proverb really means, And so there are 3 nuggets of wisdom here that I want to share with you. The first one says that our early experiences and decisions can shape the trajectory of our lives, I have issues with this because how early is it? If you're too young, you can't make proper decisions. If you think too much about the decisions you're making when you are younger, when you can actually make mistakes and learn, then how will you live? So I think while this proverb is great and it speaks about the foundational experiences and the decisions that we make early in our lives and how those shape the trajectory of our lives, at the same time, in my mind, I'm also thinking that we need to make mistakes, and these mistakes must be made in our earlier experiences. So this proverb is teaching us that the decisions you make when you're young, you have to be prepared to live by the consequences of those decisions, and so what's important here with this first nugget of wisdom is that no matter what you do, even if you're young, it will impact you at an older age. I think you've all seen these incredible sports people where, during their prime time, they were incredibly talented. Muhammad Ali is a perfect example. But then you could see as he was aging, he got sick, and a lot of his sickness came from boxing. The number of times that he was hit in the head, and all of that affected how he lived his final days. So this is a really important nugget of wisdom to think about. The second nugget of wisdom here is we must be intentional and thoughtful in the choices we make, as they will have lasting impacts on us and our lives. I agree with this one, and I agree with this thought in regards to what this proverb is trying to tell us today. But sometimes, as young people, when you're young, you don't really think through all the decisions that you make. You just think of that moment, you just think of, I need to go and have a good time with my friends. How you have that good time doesn't really matter in that moment, but how it impacts you in the long run could be massive, So it's really important that we pay attention to what this proverb is telling us, that we have to be intentional and thoughtful, because we can't reverse a lot of the impacts of our decisions when we are younger, And then the final nugget of wisdom here says that each day is an opportunity to make progress towards our goals and aspirations. And here we are reminded that it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how tall or beautiful you could be. What is important is to do something every day towards what you are dreaming about, to do something little every day towards your ambitions, your dreams, So if your hope is to climb Mount Everest one day, so that you're seen as one of the people who have climbed the tallest mountain in the world, then you need to climb a mountain in your own community. Start slowly, do something, go for a hike, start slowly by slowly, and one day you'll find yourself on top of Mount Everest, So those are some of the wisdom, nuggets of wisdom that I wanted to share with you today. I really want to know your own perspectives in regards to today's proverb. I see that Marsha has joined us here. This is really amazing. Marsha, how are you? Marsha says that we have to ensure we are using our days in a meaningful way. Yes, this is very, very true. This is very true. And sometimes we get too busy that we don't even remember that we are living and days are going by, We just want to wake up, go to work, do what we need to do, come back home, deal with the challenges that our lives is surrounded by, and then go back and do it again the next day. But we forget that, the sun is shining outside, we need to go and check out the beach, or go for a walk in the park with a friend, or our children, or our family. It's so easy to get too busy for life, and so what Masha is saying, and what this proverb is telling us, is that you need to do what you need to do now, but remember, what you do now is going to impact how you live your life later, how you live your life later. So I'm going to share this proverb here just one more time as we're coming towards the end of our time together today. I'm going to share this proverb here on my screen just one more time. The morning of one's life foreshadows the eve. Yeah, that's our proverb today from the Yoruba community. So again, if you're just joining me, we talked about this proverb in depth, and I broke down 3 nuggets of wisdom related to this proverb. So if you want to listen to those 3 nuggets of wisdom, you have to watch this video from the beginning, or listen to this episode from the beginning. But just a couple of announcements that I want to make. If you're in Seattle, there are 2 events that I'm involved with planning and organizing. The first one is September 17th. We are having Taste of Madaraka Festival. Taste of Madaraka Festival is a dinner series. We just rebranded it. It used to be called One Vibe African Dinner Experiences. And so it's going to be happening at Langston Hughes on September 17th. So save the date. DM me if you want more information. It's an exclusive dinner for really, really special people. We will have Ugandan dinner on September 17th, and I will be bringing the guest, the chef who will be cooking for us on September 17th. I'll be bringing them here as a guest for the African Father in America over the next few weeks. The other thing I'm involved with promoting at the moment is the 23rd Annual Africa Day Business Forum, which is happening on September 30th in downtown Seattle at the Motif Hotel. This is one of the oldest events in the African community here in Seattle, and this event is known to bring some of the leading companies in Africa together with leading companies here in America, and also leaders. We have ambassadors from multiple countries across Africa that come to Seattle for the Africa Day Business Forum. Africa Day Business Forum. I will share this with you next time, not today. I'll share with you the graphic, tomorrow. I'll share with you the graphic on the screen. I have it somewhere, but I can't go digging for it at the moment. So tomorrow I'll find it and share it. So join me, specifically September 17th at Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute. Tickets are on Eventbrite. And for the Africa Day Business Forum, September 30th, tickets are also on Eventbrite. So check those out and help me spread the word. Again, if you're just joining me for the show for the first time, I just want to thank you. This is a space that I have been cultivating this is the 3rd year, and we are almost at 450 episodes. That's a lot of work, and it's work that I love. But I also love that now we have over 450 African proverbs discussed with guests, as did, where we have to leave these words of wisdom for our children to be able to learn what our ancestors were saying through these proverbs, actually. So that's my motivation. So every morning I wake up, I grab my cup of coffee, and I show up here consistently to enjoy discussing these proverbs, because I get a lot of value from these proverbs, and I hopefully share them with you, and you get a lot of value. You can add them to your own content that you're creating. You can add them to your own writing. There's a blogger in Singapore who is doing, software development, and is using some of these proverbs he's been to this show many times and he feels very inspired by what we do. So if other people who are not Africans enjoy these proverbs and use them for multiple reasons, why not us? Why not you who is watching this video and you're of African descent? So think about that for a moment. But this could not happen without my team. I just want to thank my team very much for all the hard work that you put in to ensure that this show happens consistently. And with those few remarks, I just want to thank you, and I want to ask you to make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you here tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace and love.
African father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Africa, tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okello live.